Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this week. This past week, one of the largest humanitarian organizations in the country was exposed for channeling its funds directly to Hamas, the terrorist organization in Gaza. World Vision. As one writer said, when it comes to Israel, World Vision needs an eye exam. World Vision, a Christian organization devoted to promoting child welfare throughout the world, is facing a scandal that threatens its credibility in a profound way. One of its employees, Mohammed al-Halabi, stands accused of stealing charitable donations and handing them over to Hamas, a terrorist organization based in Gaza. They rule Gaza with an iron fist. In August 4, 2016, the Israeli government announced that it was charging Halabi with diverting funds donated, millions of dollars incidentally, Christians who have donated to this. This is millions of Christians' donations that they have benefited the children of Hamas, which used the money to purchase weapons and to construct attack tunnels in Israel. According to Shin Bet, Halabi confessed to diverting the money and in-kind contributions, such as food packets to Hamas fighters, some of whom were included on World Vision's payroll. Hamas terrorists on World Vision's payroll. World Vision staffers regularly speak at anti-Zionist events such as the Checkpoint, Christ at the Checkpoint. Their leaders have been involved in Sabeel, Sojourners, Checkpoint, Christ at the Checkpoint Conference, and the Holy Land Conference that's held at the Bethlehem Baptist Church every 2 years. World Vision's narrative says that Israel is held up as the villain causing the suffering of children in area controlled by Hamas, which is generally but not always given a pass for its crimes against children. When Hamas is criticized, which is not often, World Vision posits a false equivalence, a moral equivalence, between the terror organization, which intentionally puts civilians in harm's way, sets up their bombs at hospitals, mosques, and at homes. Their missiles are sent from there, knowing that Israel will retaliate. It's a false equivalence between this and Israel, which works assiduously to prevent civilian attacks. World Vision supporters throughout the world are exposed to a propagandistic narrative that promotes the interests of leaders who seek Israel's destruction and oppress and steal from the people that charity is trying to help. World Vision's behavior is, simply put, scandalous. It needs to change. It is basically anti-Semitic. There's no question about it. It has been for years. Blatantly pro-Palestinian, blatantly anti-Semitic, anti-Israel. And as I read this, I was reminded of Jesus' words in Matthew chapter 25, where he speaks of humanitarian effort. Matthew chapter 25, verse 31, when Son of Man comes, when he returns, in his glory and all the angels with him, he will sit on his throne in the heavenly glory. And all the nations will be gathered before him. He'll separate the people from one another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he'll put the sheep on his right hand and the goats on his left. And then the king will say to those on the right, come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you? When did we see you thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you stranger, invite you in? Or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? Listen to his answer. Jesus says, the king will reply, I will tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least brothers of mine, the least brothers of mine, you did for me. Now, there are those who through the years have said, who are the least brothers of Jesus? And it's some have said it's anybody who's in need, anybody who needs humanitarian concern and efforts extended toward them. Others have said, well, it is those who just want to help. But Jesus said, the brothers of mine, and in this context, the primary focus of that are Jewish people, are Jewish people. Are we to help believers? Yes, we are. That's secondarily. But Jesus is calling for people to help his brothers. We, the Jerusalem Connection, want to be among those who help the brothers of Jesus. Not like World Vision, who wants to help those who are opposed to the brothers of Jesus. But we want to be among those who will help those whom Jesus says are the brothers of mine. Till next week, Od Ki Yavo Shiloh, until Messiah comes, Yivareka Yahweh. Yahweh bless you, bless those you love, bless those who love you.